Welcome back. If home is truly where the heart is, then Jenny Pruitt has brought decades worth of love to hundreds of Metro Atlanta families. She's one of the region's premier realtors, representing some of the finest properties across the city. Over her decades-long career, she's weathered recessionary storms and seasons of plenty. Yet she's always remained steady with her commitment to providing unparalleled customer service while simultaneously nurturing young talent into successful leaders. She talks about building her way to the top of the real estate game in this edition of Executive Profiles.
So let's go back to your childhood, okay? Atlanta girl. Were you a cheerleader? Were you president of the student body? Were you head of the debate team?
I had a very difficult time in high school. My father died when I was very young and left 3 small children for my mother to raise. So as a result of being in 2 or 3 different schools, I never quite fit in. And some people are devastated by those circumstances, but in me, it made me more of a survivor. I was gonna show them what I was made of.
So you're finished with high school, and then what happens?
Well, my mother couldn't really afford to send me to college, but I did get 2 quarters at Georgia State, and then I went to a small business college and learned how to be what they called then a secretary, what today is called administrative assistant. Worked with some great CEOs and loved being able to serve others. It was after I was married that my husband encouraged me to take the exam, and I just needed that little bit of encouragement. And then in 1968, I got into real estate and became one of the top sales agents in Atlanta.
Did you always like the aspect of going into homes, the discovery, the sales thereof? Was it natural?
Real estate was very natural for me, and what I loved was matching the home to the person, the thrill of the chase of the contract. It was very difficult for me to go into management after 9 years in real estate because I didn't know where I'd find my fulfillment. I didn't know, that I wouldn't have that thrill of writing that contract again. But then I realized that I could vicariously live through other people and help other people become leaders and help them become good salespeople. So that was the start of another career.
So you went into management and you succeeded in management.
I did.
And then it's time to start your own thing?
Well, I worked for 2 companies, and then one day I got a call from a very well-known Atlantan, Kim King. He wanted to invest some money, so through another friend, he arranged a meeting, and I really wasn't interested because I had the #1 office in Atlanta with 90 successful agents, and I just wasn't sure I was ready to take the jump. But my husband very wisely said, well, go have lunch and see what he says, and tell him that if he'll put up all the capital, give you 51% ownership and total control, that you might think about it. And I said, well, he would just think I was just dumb to ask that. That's ridiculous. Nobody would ever do that. But Bob encouraged me to do it. And I did it, and by golly, he said yes. I couldn't believe it. Then I had a decision to make about whether or not, this is really what I wanted to do. But in 1988, we did it. We started Jenny Pruitt and Associates. We moved forward. We built a great company. And then in 2001, we sold it to Berkshire Hathaway. I worked out a 5-year contract. And then in 2007, 7.5 years ago, started Atlanta Fine Homes Sotheby's International Realty.
So being an owner-operator became a natural place for you.
I love being an entrepreneur. I love being the captain of my own ship. And it's something about starting a company and owning your own company and starting a new one. It's like a brand new slate. And everything you didn't like in the other company, you can change in this one.
What is it that's the essence of being a successful entrepreneur? Is it the hunt? Is it the challenge?
Well, it's a challenge. It's being able to build a team that you can influence others. I like to think of my company as a platform. I've never felt like I worked a day in my life because I love what I do. Absolutely love it. Sotheby's was looking for an affiliate in Atlanta, someone to affiliate with, and I just knew that Atlanta, with its 5.5 million people, was ready for a luxury real estate company such as this. And the timing was perfect.
I know that you contribute a lot to the community beyond business along the way. Speak to the value of giving back.
Well, I love the verse that's in God's Word that says, to whom much is given, much is required. So I think when He's given us great gifts, that He's given us great wealth, whatever that is, that we should give back. But there's so much to do. How can you ever stop and think you've done enough? There's so much to do right here in our city.
You're a brand, you're an icon. And people look up to you.
Well, that's a real responsibility, too.
Well, that's the point. Talk about the culture that creates inside of your business.
It's a very caring culture. It's the culture that says, if you care about the people first, the bottom line will come. I think that's what has drawn a lot of people to us, because in 7 years, we have grown to a $2 billion company, 325 agents, and it's a caring environment. I feel like that, you know, especially in the commission field and real estate, it can be tough out there. They need to have a place that they can come back and be refueled. We have a great mentoring program to help young people that want to get in the business.
What advice do you give young professional women who want to be the next Jenny Pruitt?
I tell them to find a good mentor, a good role model, to get back, to believe in themselves, and surround themselves with a support system that can encourage them. That's so important.
Atlanta Fine Homes set a record last year. The realty company represented Mansfield Energy CEO Michael Mansfield in his purchase of a Tudor-style mansion in the famed Peachtree Heights West. The price tag, a whopping $6.3 million, making it one of the highest priced home sales in Metro Atlanta since 2011.